So local truck drivers are quite more skilled than OTR drivers. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why, right? Being a local truck driver, man, you're gonna go into some docks that are horrific, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be a city driver most of the day. So you're gonna deal with a lot more traffic, you know, you're gonna deal with a lot more smaller turns. And then sometimes it can be hard to get that 18-wheeler around some of these tight turns that come in. And then as a local truck driver, you're going to deal with shippers and receivers way more often than OTR is. Because OTR, you're only gonna deal with one shipper or one receiver maybe once every other day, because you're gonna have 500-600 miles to go. So you may talk to maybe 2-3 shippers out the week, whereas in local, you're gonna talk to a shipper and receiver every single day. Sometimes you're gonna talk to them 4, 5, 6 times a day, depending on what you're doing, whether you're doing LTL or just local truck driving. So people always think that local is best, and I thought it was best because I had a daughter at home, so I had to get back to the house. But local truck driving is way more extensive than it is to be an OTR. For one, it's more time consuming. You know, you're gonna get up early in the morning, 4:30, 5:30, get to your DC, pick up your load, get your paperwork, scan paperwork out, and scanning paperwork is way more difficult than it is when you're OTR, because OTR, your paperwork gonna come from going to the shipper. The paperwork gonna come from going to the receiver. You know, you're gonna have a set time deadline to get there. However, sometimes you can finagle it a little bit. Whereas with local, everything has a specific time it's supposed to be there, a specific time it's supposed to leave the lot. Like a lot of my loads, I may have to start at 6:30 a.m., which means that my load got to be out of the DC at 6:30 a.m. Not 6:35, not 6:36, 6:30 a.m. Or it's a hassle for not me, but the people in the inside who dealing with the paperwork. You know what I mean? So then when you drive a local, you got way smaller DCs that you have to back this truck in every day. So every day, I don't take my truck home with me. I park it at the DC. So I got to drop my trailer off. And a lot of times these DCs are extremely small. They got yard jockeys and things like that. But it ain't where it is with local, where when you finish for the night, you just pull over at the truck stop, you park, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to bed, you're going to get up whenever you feel like it. And that's one of the other things that's good about OTR. You get up when you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't go to bed last night at 12 o'clock and I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I can crank my truck up and start rocking and rolling then. You know what I'm saying? As when with